design, employing sandwiches as an example. If you like sandwiches, maybe this is interesting. If you don't like sandwiches, my apologies. So in a controlled experiment, between our different experimental groups, we're holding everything constant, meaning the same, except for one factor. So here on the board I have 5 sandwiches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These I've numbered 1 through 4, and then we have a control. In many aspects, the sandwiches are exactly the same. So for instance, our constants, the size of the sandwiches should be the same, the contents should be the same, the amount of each of the contents, the temperature at which the sandwich is being served, the age of the sandwich, we don't want stale sandwiches versus fresh, and the type of hot sauce used in this experiment. All these things are going to be kept exactly the same for each of our 5 sandwiches. In a controlled experiment, these are our constants. We could vary them, but we choose not to. Because in a controlled scientific experiment, we only want to have one independent variable, one variable that we as the experimenters are manipulating. In this instance, it's the amount of hot sauce that's going to go on each sandwich. Now, if you've ever had hot sauce, I mean, you probably know what it is, I imagine. It makes things hot and spicy. It has pepper in it. There's a molecule called capsaicin, which is responsible for the hot flavor. It reacts with the taste buds on your tongue, and it's pretty hot. So the dependent variable in this experiment is going to be the effect of the hot sauce on the taste of the sandwich, specifically how spicy the sandwich will be. That is a controlled experiment. We're going to vary one variable ourselves. We're going to change it slightly from one group to the next. And all other variables we could change, we're going to control those variables and we're going to keep them constant. As we change that one independent variable, what we refer to as the dependent variable may then change. So as we vary the amount of hot sauce, the spiciness of the sandwich, its taste, may also change as a result. So in this case, the first sandwich I've labeled a control group. Not all experiments have a control group. Some do, others don't. It's all about whether or not it's feasible to actually have a control group. If you can have one, you do in an experiment. In this case, it's simply a sandwich with no hot sauce. And we know that that sandwich probably will not be spicy. Now, the other sandwiches, 1, 2, 3, 4, those sandwiches are referred to as experimental groups. This is a control group. These are experimental groups. Experimental groups, groups that you do stuff to. You manipulate them in some way. In this case, we're manipulating the amount of hot sauce on each sandwich. So here, imagine that I've applied about 1 teaspoon of hot sauce. Not very much. Here, 1 tablespoon. Okay, that's a little bit more. Might be a little bit spicier. Sandwich number 3, we've applied 3 tablespoons of hot sauce. Okay, now we're approaching something that's probably going to be spicier than experimental sandwiches 1 and 2. Finally, experimental group 4, sandwich 4, we have applied 1 cup of hot sauce. That's probably going to be your messy sandwich that you have to eat with a fork and knife. Oh well. But 1 cup of hot sauce, probably going to be a pretty spicy sandwich. So by varying the amount of hot sauce, by varying our independent variable, we can measure or gauge the dependent variable, which in this case is the effect of the hot sauce on the taste. So a controlled scientific experiment, we have one independent variable, we directly control that, and then in turn that affects the dependent variable, which also may vary. Dependent variable depends on the independent variable. All other potential variables are kept constant. I could vary these things, but I choose not to. If I were to vary any of these, the hot sauce would need to remain constant, And then I would vary one of these things, and that would have to be an additional experiment. We would call that an extension, and that would add on to our knowledge of what happens here. So that's basic experimental design, a simple example using sandwiches. Kind of tasty, hopefully. Hope this helps. Thanks, everybody.